In high school basketball, we have seen a ton of athletic kids, and I just feel like they get more athletic every year. But the guy we're going to be talking about in today's video is arguably one of the most athletic players and best dunkers in the country. Yes, we as fans love the crossovers, the ankle breakers, the step backs, and even the three-pointer. But there's just something about a dunk that gets you off of your feet and gets you extremely excited. And this guy is the best at doing that. So who is he? Let's dive into it. Meet Andre Jackson. Now this kid has some serious bounce, and he didn't just wake up one day and magically get this good. He had to work really hard. So who is this guy and how did he get to where he is today? And to get into his story, you guys already know we gotta throw it all the way back to where things started. When Andre was born, he was actually born bigger than the usual baby, and he broke his collarbone during the delivery process. And even though this was a very rough start to his life, this did not stop the future star. When he was only 5, this is when he started playing basketball for his local YMCA team. And from the literal second he picked up a basketball, he did not stop and he was hooked on the game. And he started practicing how to dunk at a very young age, and when he was only in 6th grade, this is when he first dunked. He dunked as a 6th grader. That's crazy. His mother always said he had an amazing ability to fly, and he wound up dunking for the first time in a game in 7th grade. And the crowd went completely wild, and this is what his mom said. "I didn't react. I've seen it a million times, so I didn't think anything of it." So I think it's very safe to say this kid was destined for greatness from the start. And flash forward in time, when it came for his high school years, he wound up deciding to move to Albany Academy. And this is when he really started to get noticed and his talents grew even more. He was putting up crazy numbers and very quickly drawed interest from a ton of D1 programs. His first major offers were from Syracuse, Stanford, Georgetown, UConn, and Iowa. And one thing that's very interesting about this story is that his grandfather quote unquote told him not to put all of his eggs in a basket. And I know some of you are like, what are you talking about? Well, what he meant was not put all of his talents in one basket, be great at everything. And hey, we're all about being great over here on this channel, but he was great at other things as well. He had a 3.5 GPA at Albany Academy. That's really impressive, and that's what we love to see out of our student athletes, getting it done on and off the court. And as he was growing and getting better, his vertical leap grew as well. A lot of people really started to take notice to this guy's leaping ability and how he dunked the ball. This guy just wasn't throwing down your average dunks. He was throwing down crazy dunks, but not only that, he was doing it in a game. And his dunks are crazy, but I know some of you may be like, oh, we've seen them before, and you're right, but here's the difference. When this guy dunks the ball, it is ferocious and hard. And he is the definition of a head turner. If you're at a basketball game, you're definitely going to pay attention to this guy. With that being said, he's not just a dunker, he has a very solid overall game. For his team last year, he wound up shooting 69% from the field. 69% from the field is extremely well, but it does not stop there. For the season, he wound up averaging 17.4 points per game, 10.5 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. So like I told you guys, Andre Jackson can do a little bit of everything and his numbers speak to that. And when Jackson started to get known for doing all those crazy dunks, he really started to get a lot of attention on social media, and this is what he had to say about that. I like the social media stuff to a certain extent. Sometimes it's kind of distracting. Going into a game, there's a lot of social media on the sideline, stuff like that. It's kind of hard to sometimes stay focused because I have people to please online or other people at the game. It does take a toll and it's cool. It comes with the process. And if I want to be a basketball player in this world, with technology now, that's how it's going to be. And hey, I completely agree. You gotta impress people online and at the games as well. And for his final and senior season, he put on a show once again. He wound up jumping his points up to 21.4 a game. But not only that, he also pitched in 10.1 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 2.3 blocks. So once again, another very solid year from this guy. And these numbers were good enough to earn him a 4-star ranking and an 88 overall grade on ESPN. And currently, as of right now, he's listed at 6'6" and 180 pounds. So yes, Andre has very good size, but I would like to see him beef up a little at the next level. So with Andre putting up great numbers at the high school level and having a 4-star ranking, a lot of schools wanted this guy. But ultimately, in a long recruiting process, he wound up deciding to sign with UConn. And I guess you could say his decision to go to UConn is kind of ironic because listen to this. A little fun fact about Jackson and his family is that they actually have a husky dog. I guess that could be a coincidence, but hey, maybe it persuaded him a little. And here's what his high school coach had to say say about his decision to go to UConn. The staff at UConn has done a great job of building a relationship, which is so important. Comfort is very important to him. The people that are going to be around him, driving him to be the player and person he needs to be, was important to him. And this was a very tough decision for Andre because a lot of people actually thought he was going to go to Syracuse. This was his quote-unquote hometown school, so it appeared they was the heavy favorites. But however, once Jackson took that unofficial visit to UConn, that quickly changed. And when he took his official visit to UConn, he canceled all of his other visits because he knew he wanted to go to UConn. And this is when UConn really got in the driver's seat and they just never looked back. They landed this big time recruit. And one thing I absolutely love about this guy is that everyone says he's a great person. This is what someone said about him. He's a great person and a great student. He's been no maintenance academically throughout his entire high school career. So just by going off of that quote, it is very obvious that this guy has his head right on his shoulders. And like I stated before, this wasn't given to him, this was earned. This is what one of his coaches even said about him. The work he put in this summer on his jump shot, which is the big question mark in his game, has been amazing. He is a defensive changer, a rebounder, and at the basket scorer, and a finisher in traffic. He gets downhill, he passes and puts the ball in people's hands, he's a winner. It seems like every quote we read about what people say about this kid is nothing but great words. And I really think it's fair to say that UConn is definitely not only getting a great basketball player, but a great guy as well. And when Andre was asked how he thinks he's going to fit in with UConn, this is what he said. I feel like UConn fits my playstyle as well as my character. The head coach hasn't promised me anything. I don't want to say he has definitely 100% promised me anything, but he told me how much he wants me to play. More than I was imagining my freshman year. So by doing what I'm supposed to do during the offseason, doing what I'm supposed to do during the last year of high school, then I'll be in a good position to play big minutes as a freshman. And that was just when he was a junior in high school. He's definitely got better since then. I really see no flaw in this kid's game, and like he said, I think he's going to fit in just fine. The only thing I really think he needs to work on is his shooting, but hey, almost everybody needs to work on their shooting. It's not bad, but he could definitely improve it, and I would love to see him step out and knock down some threes consistently. Andre is definitely one of the most exciting players to watch in basketball, but not only exciting, he's very interesting as well. We don't see too many players who are great on the court and great in the books, so this is definitely a great role model to look up to. And hey, he may not need to hit the books for long because if he has a great couple of years at UConn, he might go to the NBA. Andre Jackson has been dunking since the 6th grade and his overall game just continues to get better as he gets older. So is he going to continue to improve and get better? And if so, will he have a shot at the NBA? But hey man, with all this being said, that's about gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you are new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family and hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.